This presentation covers the MarkStrat simulation by Team Mogul. Our team members are LaTicia Douglas and Suzanne Craig. We will discuss the performance of Mogul, including performance of each of our two brands, Most and Move. We'll also review the performance in each segment. Additionally, we'll present lessons learned throughout the 6 periods, as well as key marketing management concepts. This project was a simulation of competing companies determining marketing strategies using MarkStrat simulation software. The 4 competing companies in the Bach industry were Mogul, Roman, Tea, and Samosa. The product was an electronic device called Suzanne. Most of our periods showed improvement in Mogul's stock price index. There was a slight decline in period 2 due to not producing enough product and selling out. Although most sales forecasts are by nature inexact, we realized we should have implemented a system of sales forecasting as a critical part of our marketing management strategy. Our final position among our competitors was second place. Mogul did well overall, ending with the second highest SPI of all teams in the 6th period, and leapfrogging from 4th to 2nd place between periods 1 and 6. Most and Move performed better overall than Tops, Solo, Roll, and Soft. Our customer base was shoppers for Move and savers for Most. In period 6, Move showed a value share of 18.1%, retail sales at $109,852, and a variation of $38,267. Most came in just under Move with a value share of 17.7%, retail sales at $106,666,000, and a variation of $29,898. As you can see here, Move had a great brand awareness in period 6 for the savers, shoppers, and explorers, with all segments over 70%. We believe this was because we decided to aggressively increase advertising dollars. Most was least successful in brand awareness for the professional groups. Most had a significant market share at 62.2%, which in comparison to all the other brands was really good because they all scored less than 30%. We targeted shoppers and savers, and our market share reflected it.
So now we're going to move on to the lessons learned during our MarkStrat strategy. One of the things that we determined was that we really needed to look at our market research, and we determined that it was a key ingredient in marketing overall, so that we could ensure that we were indeed targeting the right segment with our message. The segment that we chose to target were the shoppers and the savers. We also found out that it is best to invest in advertising so that we could get the message out there and increase our market share, which then led to an increase in our share in our stocks. We found that we had really lowballed repeatedly by not putting enough money into advertising. We also had to put our sales force into the right location. And once we were able to, we went ahead and sent our sales force team into the specialty stores, and we also sent them into the mass merchandising areas. That was where we heavily decided to focus our sales forces, because if you don't put them in the right channels, then you probably are not getting the message to your right customers. Why were we so successful? Well, the reason we feel we were successful is because we took out a loan right there in period 1, and we modified both of our brands, Most and Move, also during that period. What we did when we modified our product is we really wanted to target the shoppers and the savers so that they would feel value in the product that we were producing. If we could do this again, one of the things that we determined was we really needed to increase the production of both Most and Move in period 2. We ran out of both Most and Move in period 3, which meant that our customers were looking for our product and couldn't find it on the shelves. So that may have led them to purchase other products instead. So they became more aware of another product that's out there instead of focusing on our product which was out there in the market. So now I'm going to talk about the STP of marketing. STP of marketing is segmentation, targeting, and positioning. So segmentation, that is the method used to categorize your customers. You can look at them geographically, demographically, psychographically. We can look at the benefit of our product and, of course, the situation in which the customer uses our product. During the simulation, geographic was not something that we looked at. We did not look at where our customers lived. We also didn't look at the demographics, what age they were, what race they were, what gender they were. But we did sort of look at the psychographic. What is the value of our product to them? Where do they shop? What's the lifestyle of our customer? And we also looked at, well, how is our customer going to benefit from the use of our product? And that helped us with messaging and marketing our product. One of the things that we did talk about in class was situation being related to the benefits sought of the particular product. The example used in class had to do with aspirin. Aspirin is sometimes taken by individuals daily. And the reason that they take it daily is because they have a cardiovascular issue, whereas other people may take it sporadically due to pain. So when we look at targeting is to create a market strategy so that we can target our categorized customers. First we segmented them, then now we're going to target them. So one of the first things we're going to try to do, and what we did in the MarkStrat simulation, was we differentiated our product and sold it and marketed that particular product in a different way based on our two segments being shoppers and savers. And we really focused and concentrated that marketing on those two segments. We didn't really look at the high earners, we didn't look at the professionals, and we really didn't focus at all on the explorers because we wanted to really sell our product to the shoppers and the savers. Micro marketing, on the other hand, is when you have your own marketing mix, and mass marketing, which is not what we did, is really to skip segmentation at all. And just to touch on positioning, we talked about that in class. And the examples that we used were the Ram truck, which was more of the functional. The Ram truck, it pulls, it has a heavy payload, whereas Google is more of a symbolic positioning. And Nike, you want to just put on those shoes and you want to run. So it's about the experience with Nike. The 4 P's of marketing, we'll start off with the product itself. The product is the service is the product, or it could be the service that you create. In the MarkStrat simulation, it was the product, and our product was the sunlight. Then to look at price, which is the second P in the 4 P's of marketing, we needed to ensure that we priced our product appropriately. As I mentioned earlier, you can't price it too high, you can't price it too low, otherwise your customer segment really isn't going to want to purchase that because it may be out of their league, or they might not see value in it because it's priced too low. The place is where you deliver that product, and it's, in our case, it was the mass merchandising areas as opposed to the online stores. Some individual customers really like the online stores, but our shoppers and savers, they liked mass marketing and the specialty stores. And last but not least, promotion. That's our communication about our product or our service. So our communication about our product really was about targeting it as far as the power that particular product, the power processing that product had, because that appealed to our savers and to our shoppers, and also the economy of the product. As far as the features and the design, those were not areas that we ended up having to target to our target audience, being the customers and the savers. Now, in conclusion, we found that the MarkStrack simulation really helped us as the participants learn the marketing strategies that are out there. And we were able to create a product, which was the sonoid, and create a marketing mix. And that's how we determined where we were going to put the product, where we were going to place it, our distribution of that product. We needed to look at what the advertising dollars were, what our messaging was going to be, and we were able to get that out of the MarkStrat simulation. So we thank you very much for the experience, and this is Suzanne and LaTicia.